Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to my channel that is Still a Learner. So in this video we are going to discuss 7th class new English syllabus second lesson answers. So our unit 2 is a gift of chapels. Okay guys, let's see the answers. So first question is, what is the secret that Meena shares with Mridu in the backyard? Answer: Meena tells her that they had found a kitten outside the gate that morning. The small cat was lying inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand. It was a secret that their mother did not know. So, second question is, how does Ravi got milk for the kitten? Answer: Ravi got the milk from Patti, who wanted the tumbler back. Ravi pretended that he would wash it himself. He ran to put the milk in the coconut shell. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question, which is, who does he say the kitten's ancestors? Do you believe him? Answer: the kitten's ancestors were Mahabalipuram Rishikat. No, I don't agree to it. Next question is, Ravi has a lot to say about Yampi Punai. This shows that first one, he is merely trying to impress Mridu. Second one, his knowledge of history is sound. Third one, he has a rich imagination. Fourth one, he is an intelligent child. Which of these statements do you agree or disagree to? So the correct answer is I agree to he is trying to impress Mridu. Okay, let's move on to the next question, that is question number 5, which is, what was the noise that startled Mridu and frightened Mahindran? Answer: Lally was leaning to play on violin. The sound of screech coming from it startled Mridu and frightened Mahindran. Okay, guys, now we'll see the question and answers from page number 28. Okay, let's see the first question, which is, the music master is making lovely music. Read aloud the sentences in the text that expresses this idea. Answer: the music master's notes seem to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. Okay, so second question is, had the beggar come to Rukku Mani's house for the first time? Give reasons for your answer. So our answer is no, he had been there many a time before. Mother was heard telling Ravi to send the beggar away as he had been coming every day for the past week. Okay, guys, now we'll see the next question, that is question number 3, which is, a sharp V shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. What does it suggest to you about Rukku Mani's mood? Answer: Rukkumani was very angry at the loss of Music Master's chapel. She could make out that the children had played a trick upon her. Okay, guys, now we'll see the next questions from page number 29. So, first question is, complete the following sentences. So, first one is, Ravi compares Lallis playing the violin too. Second one, trying to hide beneath the tray of chilies, Mahindran. The teacher played a few roots on his violin and Lully. Next, the beggar said that the kind lady of the household. Next one, after the lesson was over, the music teacher asked Lully if. Now we'll see the continuation of these 5 lines. So, first line continuation is, the derailing of the train going completely off track. Second continuation is, tipped a few chilies over himself. Third continuation line is, stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless and unhappy in her hands. Fourth one is, had fed his body and soul together on for a whole week, and he could not believe that they would turn him away. So fifth continuation is, she had seen his chapels. Okay, guys, in this way you have to complete the sentences. Let's see the second question, which is, describe the music teacher as seen from the window. So answer is the music teacher had a bald head with a fringe of oiled black hair falling around his ears. He appeared to be a skeleton like figure. A gold chain stone on his fluffy neck and a diamond ring gleamed on his finger. He was beating his big toe on the floor frequently at a music went on. Okay, guys, this is the answer. So now we'll move to the next question, that is question number 3. So our question is, what makes Mridu conclude that the beggar has no money to buy chappals? So in that second question is, what does she suggest to show her concern? So answer for the first one means first question is, Mridu concluded that the beggar had no money to buy chappals as he was walking barefooted in the scorching sun. There were blisters all over his feet. Second answer is, since she suggested that old chappals lying in the veranda could be given to the beggar. So now we'll see the fourth question, which is, have you children? She began, and then, seeing they were curiously quiet, went on more slowly, seen anyone lurking around the veranda. Here three options are there. What do you think Rukumani really wanted to ask? Second one, what did she change her question? Why did she change her question? Third question is, why did she think had happened? So the answer for the first question is, Rukumani wanted to ask the children whether they had hidden the chappals anywhere. Second question answer is, when she saw them extremely quiet, she changed her question. Third answer is, she thought that someone extreme had happened in the house regarding the chappals. Okay, now we'll see the fifth question, which is, on getting Gopu Mamu's chappal, the music teacher tried not to look too happy. Why? Answer, the music master wanted to show that he was angry on the loss of his so called new and expensive chappals. Moreover, he was not happy on the behavior of the naughty children playing in the shade of the garden. Okay? Now we'll see the sixth question, which is, on getting a gift of chappals, the beggar vanished in a minute. Why was he in such a hurry to leave? Answer, he did so as he did not want any of the elder member to come and know about it. He must have feared if anyone came, they would take the chappals back from him. So, seventh question is, walking towards the kitten with Mridu and Meena, Rukkumani began to laugh. What made her laugh? What made her laugh? So, answer is, she thought that how her brother would react on knowing that she had given his chappals to the music master. Now we'll see the next Roman question and answers. Okay, these questions are from page number 30. Okay, if you have doubt, you may check the textbook also. Okay, so first question is, read the following sentences. Here some sentences are given. We have to read it. Okay, let's see the sentences. So first sentence is, if she know we have a cat, Pati will leave the house. Second one, she won't be so upset if she know about the poor beggar with sores on his feet. So next sentence is, if the chappals do fit, will you really not mind? Notice that each sentence consists of two parts. The first part begins with if. It is known as if clause. So guys, we all know what is a if clause sentences. So if clause sentences are nothing but conditional sentences. So there is a condition and a solution both in one sentence only. For example, if it rains, I'll carry an umbrella. Okay. If you work hard, you will get a good marks, like this. Okay, let's see here what sentences are given. So first sentence is, walk fast, you will catch the bus. So if I use if clause here, then it will be, if you walk fast, you will catch the bus. So this is the answer for that. So let's see the second question, which is, don't spit on the road, you will be fined. Okay, answer is, if you spit on the road, you will be fined. Okay, so these are the examples of if clause sentences. Okay, have you got this? So now we have given four sentences. For these four sentences, we have to change it into an if clause. Okay, let's see one by one. So first question is, Don't tire yourself. You won't be able to walk in the morning. So this is the question. Answer is, if you tire yourself now, you won't be able to work in the evening. Second question is, study regularly, you will do well in the examination. Answer is, if you study regularly, you will do well in the examination. Third question, work hard, you will pass the examination in the first division. Answer is, if you work hard, you will pass the examination in the first division. So fourth one is, be polite to people. They'll always be polite to you. Answer is, if you are polite to people, they will also be polite to you. Okay. Fifth question is, don't tease the dog. It will bite you. Okay. So answer is, if you tease the dog, it will bite you. Okay. In this way, you have to apply if clauses for the sentences. Okay. Now we'll see the second Roman question, which is, fill in the blank in the following paragraph. Today is Sunday. I am wondering whether I should stay at home or go out. Okay, so here one paragraph is given. Here we have to fill the blanks. Okay, in the in the bracket we have given verb forms. Okay, so if I dash go out, comma, I dash miss the lovely Sunday lunch at home. If I dash stay for lunch, so like this the paragraph is. Let's see the answer for this. Today is Sunday. I am wondering whether I should stay at home or go out. If I go out, I will miss the lovely Sunday lunch at home. If I stay for lunch, I will miss the Sunday film showing at Archana Theatre. I think I'll go out and see the film only to avoid getting too fat. So third question is, complete each sentences below by approximately using any one of the following. If you want to, or if you don't want to, or if you want him to. Okay, here some sentences are given. In these sentences, we have to fill the sentence with any one of this hint here. Okay, so here 5 6 sentences are given. Okay, let's see the answers for this. So, first question is, don't go to the theater. Answer, if you don't want to go. Second one, he'll post you later if you want him to. Okay. Third one, please use my pen if you want to. Okay. Next, fourth question, he'll lend you his umbrella if you want to. Sorry, if you want him to. Next, fifth one is, my neighbor Ramesh will take you to the doctor if you want him to. Okay, don't eat it if you don't want to. So, have you understood this? If you are doing anything and if you want to do anything, then you have to write it down if you want to. Okay, and if someone is doing for you something, then the answer will be if you want him to do for you, like this. Okay, so like this you have to complete the sentences. Okay, for that, first of all you have to understand the sentence, then only you will pick the correct answer. Okay, whether in that sentence only you are playing the role or someone is playing the role in that sentence, it depends on the sentence meaning. Okay, now we'll see the next set of questions from page number 31. Okay, so here the first question is, discuss in small groups. Okay, here we have to discuss in small groups. What is that? If you want to give away something of your own to the needy, would it be better to ask your elders first? Second question, is there someone of your age in the family who is very talkative? Do you find him or her interesting and impressive or otherwise? Share your ideas with the group. Next, third question is, has Rukumani done exactly the same as the children? In your opinion, then, is it right for one party to blame the others? So, for the first question, answer is, of course, the elders must be asked before doing a charity whether it is our own, as we are not still earning member of the family. They provide the thing for our own use to give us extra facility. Okay, that's why we have to ask the elders before we are giving something, means we are doing a charity. Okay, next second answer is our mama is a talkative fellow, but he is not the headache of the family. His tidbits thrill us in our pensive mood sometimes. He narrates us many interesting incidents to feel us light on our workload. Okay. Third question answer is no doubt Rukumani was angry at the children who had given away the chappals to the beggar. To cover it up, she also gave away Gopumama's chappal to the music master. In a sense, she did not same as the children had done. I feel that one party should not blame the other for the same action. Now we'll see the question number 2, which is read the following sentences. Here, some sentences are given. We have to read it, and then what we have to do, it will be below the sentences. Okay, let's see this. So, first sentence is a group of children in your class are going to live in a hostel. Second one, they have been asked to choose a person in the group to share a room with. Third one, they are asking each other questions to decide who they would like to share a room with. Ask one another questions about likes, dislikes, preferences, hobbies, personal characteristics. Use the following questions and sentence openings. So, here, first question is what do you enjoy doing after school? So your answer should be I enjoy whatever you enjoy doing, you just write it down here. Means you just continue writing here. Okay, next question is what do you like in general? Okay, so answer will be I like playing games or watching TV or something else, hang out with friends like that. Whatever you like in general, just mention that. Okay, next the third question is do you play any game? So if you play any game, you just mention it. If you don't play, you mention no, I don't like playing games. Okay, like this you can answer. So next fourth question will be would you mind if I listen to music after dinner? So say the answer. If you mind it, then say I mind it. If you don't, then say I wouldn't mind if you listen the music. Okay. So next question is will it be alright if I dash? Means it's fine with me, whatever he's or she is telling. Next, is there anything you like particularly? Well, I can't share because it's personal. Do you like to attend parties? If it is your hobby, then mention oh I do, or else say I don't like. Okay, next question will be would you say you are? Next answer will be I think, like that. Okay, so let's see the answers once again. So first answer will be I enjoy going for evening games with my friends. Second answer, I like reading books, especially mysterious tales. Third answer, I don't like to play expensive and outdoor games. Fourth one, I wouldn't mind if you listen to it in a slow volume. Fifth one, it is fine with me till you listen to cricket commentary. Sixth one, well, I can't share my views on this topic. Seventh, oh, I relish parties for a variety of food. Last one answer is, I think I'm a helping hand for the needy students. Okay, guys. Up to here, we have finished the chapter, means unit 2 answers. Here, introduction is there, just see. A gift is some kind of a thing that serves the other's motive. When we give something to the other needy, we feel that it will suit the other person in his need. But it would be better to ask our elders first before we want to give away something of our own to the needy. It is really a touching story of Ravi who gave away the chappals to the beggar. Okay, guys, have you got the point? Okay, so this is the end of this unit. I hope you all got the answers and you all liked it and understand it. Okay, if you like it, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, press the bell icon for the new updates. Okay, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.